Hey, this the red carpet ring where we are supreme. Got another good one for you guys today. Talk about the top ranked television champions for the NWA/slash WCW Television Championship. Like and subscribe as you're coming through the ropes into the ring. But before we begin, let me allow you to reintroduce myself like I always do every time I come on here. All right. Thank you guys from Facebook over as well as YouTube. We'll be on for a little bit on Facebook, then we'll move over to YouTube. But and this will be put on Rumble later on. It's not on here at the moment, but we put on it later on. But like and subscribe as you guys come in. We are going to talk about today the championship, and it's this championship. It is the This is the picture of the belt, NWA Television Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Once again, join the red carpet ring of content. Like, subscribe. You should come through the ropes to the ring. We'll talk about this is what we'll be talking about today. The top 10 television champions. So let's see who came into the ring. CMTV, salute to you. Thank you for coming out, bro. Appreciate that. Of course, I'm gonna have Mr. Goodbray with me this evening. We're gonna talk about the top 10. And I'll go over my list from 10 to 1. So, it'll be based off a little bit of everything. How the championship run was, everything else, reigns, noble feuds, how were they with they run of each television championship. So, and it's also another picture of the title. That's the WCW version of the title. And it's the main link, the best NWA WCW television champions ever. This is the title we'll be talking about. Television champion, of course, that's Arn Anderson. So, see who else came into the ropes to the ring. Billy Bishop Records, just in time. Salute to you. Thanks for coming out, bro. Appreciate that. Who else we got? XL Pro. Salute to you. You're a big supporter of the channel. Thank you. Appreciate you coming out as well. So with that being said, let's get into it. Let's see. What is the television championship? You guys know how I do. I explain what each championship is. So I'll explain what this championship is. Be no different. The title was introduced on February 27, 1974, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, MACW, which was a territory of the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, also known as Jim Croc Promotions, which was purchased by Turner Broadcasting System in 88, subsequently renamed WCW, and of course 2001, WCW folded, became the WWE. Now WWE did not continue the television championship at all. Now, they say that the rights were sold, of course, in 2000, but before it was the WCW title, it started in 91 to the activation. The Mid Atlantic was 74 to 77. Then we had the NWA title from 77 to 85, the NWA World title from 85 to 91. So there were different variations of the championship. We have the original NWA Mid Atlantic, NWA Television, NWA World Television, and of course, we had the television title for WCW version. So we have definitely different variations of it, but we're just talking about TV overall as a whole. So let's see who else came in. Mr. Approach, the man that works around the clock. What's going on, brother? Thanks for coming out. That's right. Like and subscribe. It should come in. XL Pro said it best. Hit the like button. It's real easy and it's free. So let's talk about this championship. Now, also before I start, as you see at the bottom, say TBS and TNT. It's a television championship that was defended on these major networks: ABC, CBS, and of course TBS and TNT. Now, for those who are wrestling fans watching today in modern day era, This championship, the television NWA WCW television championship, it inspired these today championships that are TV titles that's on All Elite Wrestling, AEW for short. You have the TBS champion, which is for the women's division. Also have the TNT, AEW TNT championship, which is for the men's division. So both of these belts, as you can see here, it all started with this belt here, NWA Television Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Look on the side place, you got the ABC and CBS. Today is TBS and TNT. So that's just a fun fact for you. Now let's go through 10 to 1. Now, number 10, who do we have ranked for top ranked television champions? We have Paul Jones, 5 reigns, combined days 679. Noble feud, Ivan Koloff. Paul Jones has been mentioned before. He was known as United States champion, a great United States champion, but he also had a great runs with the television championship while he was NWA. Now he's one of the older guys from the old school NWA. I think later on in his career he became a manager. He managed other talents, but I know he had great run with the television belt, and he always put on a great matches with great opponents and put on a great show. So that's how that was. Let me before us bring on Good Bread because we know he gets on here. It feels like money because he hits the facts. The money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Salute, salute. How you feeling, my guy, KDH? How you doing tonight, man?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, man. It's Thursday. We got AEW All In coming up 2 weeks from Sunday. We had a great SummerSlam weekend. Thank you all for coming out, including you, Mr. Goodbread. And I'm ready to talk about this television championship in the history.
No doubt, man. You know this is my favorite title of them all. Like KDH, when we hit our number, I'm going to get this title. I'm going to get that one, the one right there in the background. I want that
It's
on
a
my wall.
beautiful
I
belt.
need that. Yeah, man. It's up there with the Intercontinental title, the IC, the original IC title with the white belt. It's up there in my eyes with that title, along with the Winged Eagle. So you know what I mean. I gotta have the Winged Eagle.
And that is undisputed.
Yep.
Right, I gotta have that Winged Eagle. And I mean, I'm getting greedy, man. But that United States title that you did, I didn't even know it looked like that, man. But since
Yes,
you
it
did
was
that
great.
show, yes, man. So now that's another one. But if I had to pick out of all of those, it's gonna be this TV title. So
Yeah, it
you're
looks
right. And
beautiful.
Paul Jones is a good Paul Jones was one of those characters back in the days when the storyline was more so villain versus ultra baby face, the good clean shaven, you know what I mean, the little Bob Backlund type wrestler. So they always had that guy versus the dastardly heel or even the foreign heel, and that Paul Jones just played into the storyline, into the booking perfectly with his size, stature, and his ring ability. So that's why you're gonna hear Paul Jones' name around the United States title picture, the television title picture. Not so he did win the NWA World title, but more so as a transitional champion. He was more so the worker, the workman's champion.
I agree. And else I could say, yeah, definitely. There's no other way to say that. Paul Jones was a more of a mid card champion than he was a world champion, and also he was also used. I think you said it best, like to put people over, more of a transitional champion, putting people over, make other towns look good because he was never a major star, but he did his
Right,
thing though.
right. You know, he garnered a lot of sympathy, and you could build a great heel. You could build a great non so working heel. Like this is how you'll get a guy like Honky Tonk Man when you have great workers like Jones, because
Yeah,
when the audience come and they want to see Jones win, but when you throw an evil heel in there and you have him do something to Jones, that you're gonna put the hill over tenfold.
Yeah, you got a point there, man. You got a point, and yeah, listen, I gotta give you your due, man. That's pretty spot, man.
And I'm awesome!
Yeah, that's no way of putting it. But that is number 10 we have for top ranked television champions. We're going to head off to number 9. Number 9 ranked. The person I picked is Ivan Koloff. He had the championship for 3 reigns, combined days 182. No refuse with Paul Jones. Now Ivan Koloff, as you can see in the background, he's known as a tag team champion, U.S. champion, WWE champion, and 12-time World Heavyweight champion. But he was also a great TV champ. He had a couple runs with the belt, and he was the tough guy, most from Moscow, Russia, as you can see. Very muscular guy, very in good shape. But he had good feuds, and he made the TV title look good. He did the best he could, making that belt look good on there. So I had nothing bad to say about Ivan Koloff. He's one of the legendary guys. Been in business for a while. Did his thing. He was also a great U.S. champ. I mean, I'm sorry, TV champ. He was a great U.S. champ too, but TV champ. Now, see who else came into the ring. Educational entertainment. Salute to you. Thanks for coming out, bro. Appreciate it. That being said, I'm going to pass the mic on to Good Bread, and let's see his input on Ivan Koloff.
Now we just touched on the guys like Ivan Koloff because you see, and oddly enough, I think Ivan might have took the belt off of a huge baby face. Don't get me the lying, but if it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
Jones, it was another one of those huge baby faces because remember, Ivan Koloff, he come from the Koloff family, and that's a very rich Russian family. You got Nikita Koloff, you got Ivan,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. So they used them as that foreign hill. You know, back in the days, guys, when we was going to war with Japan and Vietnam, their play on politics, on worldly politics. So it was always great TV and great storyline to have the foreign hill versus the all American boy, and that's why he made a great TV title because when you're on TV and you're trying to tell a story for TV programming, a foreign hill gonna win every time.
Because I am that damn good!
That is, man, you spot on with that. You hitting all cylinders. This is definitely your title because I know a lot about championships. I know about the Intercontinental, World Heavyweight, WCW, WWE, even a little about the United States, but not like this title like you do. You spot on, man. And that's a great way of putting it. He came from a foreign family, that has a history of lineage, and the foreign guy did always win, and they did that. I think what you were saying is so they could catch cheap heat from the crowd. They knew they got over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was easy. You on point.
Mm-hmm. If you were a bad foreign heel and you're an American country or whatever that's not foreign, and they won, and then especially if you were a very hated heel, it was a lot of heat, and it drew the crowd in, and the crowds will buy tickets to either to hate you, not even just to see you wrestle. They just wanted to scream at you, put up signs, saying, "Well, we don't like him." So that's a great way of putting it, though.
That's a fact, though, KDH. You know, this is part of the agenda and the programming. I don't want to go off. This is kind of my content, guys. So if you like worldly self improvement, self accountability, don't forget to check me out at the Mr. Gibras Show channel. But we talk about this, and this is part of that learned bad behavior because you're being a wrestling fan, you are taught to hate the immigrant. You get what I'm saying, guys?
Hmm.
But it causes for great television.
Yep, sure do. And that's just not a prediction.
And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Yep, it's definitely a spoiler. If that's just how it is. So all I gotta say, you go Mr. Goodbread channel is nothing but truth dropped over there. And you cannot handle the truth over the chance in on his channel for long. No chance. No chance in hell of surviving on his channel. You can't handle the truth. No chance.
thank, thank you, KD.
Yeah, so yeah, man. We are gonna move on to number 8. That was number 9 that we just did. So we'll move on to number 8. Number 8 for top ranked television champions on the red carpet ring, we got the legendary Sting. What title has this man not held except for the WWE Championship? One reign, combined days 114. His noble feuds with the Great Muta. And for what I've heard about the Great Muta, they had a great feud, but the title was vacated because it was a controversial finish. And Great Muta held the belt for one time, I believe, too. And they just had a great before Sting was even before the U.S. title. I think this is the title he held first before the world title or the U.S. title. It was this championship first, and Sting is pretty much an all-around wrestler. He could be good with the mid card belt, world title, tag team belt, good guy, bad guy. I just it just still sucks to this day he was never the WWE champion, even when he came in 2014 years later. But that's another story for another day on the red carpet ring. Um, but I have nothing bad to say about Sting. He always was in great feuds, whether it was Great Muta, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, of course, Steamboat, Lex Luger. This dude can feud with anybody. You rarely hear Sting in a bad feud with any championship. But Sting is one of the Sting is my man though. He was a born surfer character, but I liked it when he had the crow character with the long hair and became a bad guy. So I like that. Sting never spoke up. You got a point, Mr. Approach. And the reason he never spoke up because Sting was a company man. He did whatever he was told. He didn't want to cause any problems. So he always did what he had to do. That's why he never spoke up. Even with WWE, he even speak about winning the title. But he was too older. He was older and beaten up at that point in his career anyway. But still suck he never won that title. But that's who I have for the ranked for number 8. And I know Goodbread know more about his feud with Muta than I do. I'm not even going to act like I do. But we'll pass the mic along to him regarding this feud. And of course, Sting for TV champion.
So you pretty much touched on everything, and I'm with you. I like the crow sting better, but
Mm-hmm.
the surface thing, I'm never gonna lie to you. Surface thing gave us a breath of fresh air. We didn't have to be a Hulkamaniac
Yeah.
forever. We got a chance to be a stinger. You know what I mean? And Sting, like you said with the TV title. See, the thing about the TV champion was it was the person who really drew. It ain't necessarily the main event act. The TV title was held by the person who get ratings. Not about the my fault, not about drawing power. The TV champion was the person was about ratings and who brings the most ratings to the show. And Sting was hot. Sting was so hot, that's why his TV title was so short. Because when they realized how hot he was, giving him the TV title, they say, let's get him on over to the world's title. And that's how that went with Sting. So, you know what I mean? Sting, a great character. Definitely, he would have been higher on this list, but Mr. Approach, you spot on. The
He
fact that he
is.
didn't speak up and backstage politics, like a lot of the people that he came up with did, he ended up with his legacy not being so much controlled by him and controlled by the producers and the bookers. So that's why we have Sting, how we have Sting.
I got something from Mr. Approach because since he said that,
And I'm awesome!
he's awesome for that. And also, when I think of Sting not ever winning the WWE title, this is what I think. He's one of these guys.
And it should have been me.
It should have been him. He should have won that title. So no doubt about it, man. Sting a great overall champion. He's still wrestling at this point in his career. He's supposed to be retiring soon, very soon. But like I said, we got Sting at number 8. Let's roll on to number 7. Number 7, we got, speaking of which, the great Muda. He had one ring, combined days 121. Noble fused with Stinger R. Anderson. Great Muda. I just realized he don't get enough respect he deserves. He's one of those guys that's pretty much like not just legendary but innovative. He started doing a lot of things and WWE don't want to recognize him. And I think it's a shame that he just recently got inducted to the Hall of Fame this past year. That man should have been inducted at least 15, 20 years ago. I know he just retired, but he still should be inducted for everything he's done for New Japan Pro Wrestling, the NWA title, TV title, US, you name it. He should have got more due, but he had a good feud with the TV belt, had a good feud with Sting, a controversial finish, as I mentioned, and he also feud with Arn Anderson, a fellow TV title holder. But I just think it sucks he did not win this championship more. And they don't want to give him his respect, but it's okay. It's all right. It's cool, but it's because he's not WWE original. So at least he got it. So I got to give him that. But I was happy he at least got inducted. So this is how I felt when he got inducted. So yeah, good bread. Pass the mic along to you.
No doubt. Now, Muda is one of my favorite characters. He's one of my favorite characters. I'm not gonna lie. Along with Terry Funk, he's one of my favorite characters. And longevity, like you said, it's crazy. This man have a damn near 40-year long career, and he
Yep.
always evolved and always changed. This man is the guys. Y'all know he's the belt collector. Like he evolved in so many names. He also, like you hinted on, he he started the two characters at one time. The man had two different characters. Great Muda was the alter ego to his babyface character, which was a wholesome young Japanese stud that what I mean was fighting for the right of the people. And then his alter character was the Great Muda. So, I mean, and nobody really mentions that. Nobody gives him credit, and he
Mm-hmm.
won champions under both characters. Under both characters, he won. You know what I mean? And he started the miss that Oscar used to this day. She's running
Yep.
it in the hole. Great Muda started it, and he used it very creatively. Like the first time that was used was during that match with Sting, and it was so controversial. They actually vacated the title. Then ended up having to give him the title because you know what I mean. Like one of the scariest teams I ever seen the symbol was Great Muda and Terry Funk, KDH. Them two together
Dangerous.
is dangerous. For real.
I give your props on that one.
Because I am that damn good.
So basically, in retrospect, if you're not a WWE original, you didn't start your career there, you weren't trained there, this is how WWE is going to treat an outsider.
You standing here and you don't even go here.
Don't go here. Nope, don't go here. So if you don't go there, they pretty much gonna shit on you. They don't give you your proper respect. Ask Great Muda, ask Terry Funk,
Hmm.
ask many other ones.
And Great Muda, he come from a wrestling background. Like he was in the dojo. You know that New Japan Pro Wrestling, they started the dojo. They started the developmental program first, and they called it a dojo. So it was an off brand to the New Japan Pro Wrestling and the All Pro Japan Wrestling. So
Yeah,
the
that's
you had to
interesting.
go through that. You had to go through that boot camp in order to get to New Japan or All Pro. And Hulk Hogan, a couple of other names went to this guy, Matsuki or some. Y'all guys gotta do your research, but a couple of the big name guys went through that same chamber, and Muda was right there. Muda was one of them.
Okay.
And I'm awesome!
Yep, that was great, Muda. Let's see who came into the ring. We got Jessica. Salute fell. Sorry I'm late. Yeah, you been late, Jessica. Shame on you. But thank you for coming out. I'll let it slide this time, Jessica. Don't be coming late like that no more. But we're gonna move on anyway to number. We had number. Yep, number. We're going to number 6. Number 6. So number 6 for top ranked television champions. We got number here. We got a guy that's not been mentioned much, but he is a legend. Mike Rotunda. 3 reigns as the champion. Combined days 433. Noble feuds is Nikita Koloff, the Italian stallion, Ron Simmons. Mike Rotunda, for those who don't know, he is a member of he was IRS, Irvin. Well, his name is RS, Irvin R. Snyder Smith, whatever his name is. That's the character he's mostly known for. This was before the IRS. And for those who also don't know, he comes from a very historic wrestling family, Rotunda. Barry Windham, he's related to. His son is Bray Wyatt, you know, the Fiend. That is his father right there. For those you don't know, that's Bray Wyatt comes from this wrestling family. But Mike Rotunda was a great TV champion, also a great tag team as well. But he's known for his championship, and he's he's decently ranked. He's right in the middle, almost in the middle. But I know he has some great feuds with the belt, and very good competitor, and he doesn't get talked about enough. And I wanted to put some respect on his name, and we will move it past the mic on the good bread regarding Mike Rotunda.
Yeah, Mike Rotunda is a dope wrestler, and this is back when wrestling was mat wrestling, pro wrestling. You know what I mean? I used to love their feuds. They were they were well, he went when he went to WC when he went to WWF. There was the Minnesota. No, that was Arn and them. I
No, not
forgot their name.
Minnesota.
Yeah, I forgot his tag team name, but it was him and somebody else, and they used
I
to
know what
fight
you're
the
talking
Steiner
about.
brothers. Yeah, they used to fight the Steiner brothers, and in fact, Sting beat Mike Rotunda for his first TV title. Sting beat Mike Rotunda for the TV title. So, you know what I mean? Mike Rotunda was always a good wrestler. Like you said, he turned to IRS. That's Bo Dallas' father also as well. You know, Bo
Mm-hmm.
Dallas and Bray is brothers. So ain't he's uncle to Barry Windham? He's
Yeah,
Barry Windham uncle
Barry
or something
Windham.
like that.
I think the group you're talking about is the U.S. Express. I think that's what
Yeah,
you're talking about. Him and Barry
yeah,
Windham. Yep, that's
yes,
the name.
yes, yes. Him
U.S.
and Barry
Express.
Windham. There we go.
Yep.
Barry Windham. They're family. There was a
Yeah, they
family.
family.
So right.
Because Barry Windham was brother-in-law. Then you had a Blackjack Mulligan father-in-law. So
So
like I
it was a
said, very.
wrestling heritage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't for the life of me understand why Husky Harris is a homegrown product with
Yeah,
heritage that leads to WWE, and WWE just cannot figure it out. They can't get it right with Bray. But
yeah.
that's a
I mean,
whole nother live.
yeah. No story for another day. I got my reservations regarding that. But yeah, definitely. Mike Rotunda definitely give respect. See who else came in here. Tamika Washington. What's going on, Tamika? Thanks for coming out, even though you late too. But it's cool. Glad you came out anyway. I just mess with you to me. It's all good. Um, yeah, we gonna go down to 5. We at the top 5 for this championship, and later on we'll cross that bridge over to Toss Ring Scandal. Talk about the demise of the television championship. Also, Facebook. This is the cutoff point. Um, Thank you for watching on Facebook. But if you want to watch more of the Top Ranked Television Champions, come on over to YouTube on the Red Carpet Ring because you can't get all of that content for free. It just isn't fair. So I got to cut you guys off right now. But thank you all for coming out. I appreciate that. Um, but I gotta end it right here. You can't get everything for free. No way. So you just gonna continue. We're gonna continue over YouTube, and I'll also put this later on Rumble. I normally have it on Rumble simulcast, but
And
time
don't be
constraints.
lazy, Facebook. All you gotta do is
Yeah, just sign in.
sign in, come on over, find the link. It's posted on my page or KDH page. Click in the link, sign in Google, and you right here for free. It's all free.
And if you don't want to come over here, you think it's too much work, from coming from Facebook to YouTube, you just want to be late, stay on Facebook, and you got an issue doing that's too much work. That's all I gotta say to you.
Bye bye, bitch.
Yep, that's all I gotta say. But anyway, we'll be heading over to number 5. Top 5 coming in, and these are great television champions. I did not just pick anybody, for the record. So we have number 5, fifth top ranked television champion, Steve Austin, better known as Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Texas Rattlesnake, etc., etc. But before he became all of that, before he shaved his head, he is known for not just being a great tag team with the Hollywood Blondes with Brian Pillman. Not only that, and being a great United States champion, he was also one of the best television champions. Even Arn Anderson acknowledged him. He had 2 reigns as television champion, combined days 431. Noble feuds with Bobby Eaton, which they call him the beautiful Bobby Eaton, Dustin Rhodes, aka Goldust, and Barry Windham. So Stone Cold, Steve Austin, he was a great TV champ, and he was a very competitive champion. People talk about how he was good at Stone Cold, but he was a very good competitor before that with the U.S. title and the television title. He made these belts very important, and he treated them like they were world championships. That's what I liked about Steve Austin with his run with the TV belt. He did his thing, so I can't. He's with the top 5 ranked, but he has some very good feuds on TV. And I know some of his matches he was going, they were almost near the 20-minute limit from what I've read. So Steve Austin for number 5, well deserved, one of the best TV champions. And while passing Michael on the good bread regarding Steve Austin.
Can I get a hell yeah? Now Stone
Hell
Cold.
yeah. But we can't get a yeah at least.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That TV title was a curse for Stone Cold, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because they didn't have nothing for Stone Cold, so they kept throwing Stone Cold in just fucky spots and sucky situations, and he kept making something out of it. So then they threw him in. They threw the title on him, right? Because the fans was loving him, and like I told you, the TV title represent who hot on TV, and they never expected him to be hot. So they gave him the TV title. He had a great run with it. So then they screwed that up, threw him in a tag team, thinking that will fuck him over, so that give him a reason to fire him. And he turned the tag team into the tag team championship. So Stone Cold was just like that dude. He was that dude when it came to wrestling, but he was the wrestler where the times was changing. Like he needed to be Stone Cold Steve Austin back then in order to get the recognition that he's getting now as Stone Cold. You get what I'm saying? Because Stunning
Yeah.
Steve was the better wrestler, was the better performer. But at that day, at the time and era, it just wasn't his time and ever. And then, I mean,
Yeah.
Bischoff and him Bischoff never liked him. He never seen any worth in Steve Austin.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta give you a due on that one.
Because I am that damn good.
So basically, this is how Eric Bischoff felt towards Steve Austin.
You actually think you deserve a shot at this? You don't deserve, buddy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't
Exactly.
think he was worth anything. And
And the man was performing in the ring. He was
hmm
performing in the ring.
and then he turned to this
And that's
character.
all I got to say about that.
So yeah, Stone Cold for number five. Um, they just dropped the ball with him. They just dropped the ball. Everything. You had $1 million in your company, just on one person, and you dropped the ball with it. And then you wonder why Stone Cold had animosity towards Bischoff, because Bischoff was not a good businessman. He was just he did a couple good things. That was it. But he wasn't a great businessman. That's why I don't give him no due like that. He put NWO together. They stole from Japan. That's another live too for another day. I won't get into Bischoff, but he's ranked number five. Stone Cold Steve Austin. She was Steve Austin then, but we know who we know him as. We'll go to number four. Continue to like and subscribe. It should come in. Give you guys a reminder of that. Join the red carpet of content, like and subscribe. It's real easy. Let's go to number four. Number four ranked for top rate television champions. Booker T, six reigns, most in history. Combined days 204. Noble feuds with Stevie Ray, Rick Steiner, Perry Saturn. Now Booker T, I don't know if he was a better TV champ or a better US champ before he won a world title. He was like Stone Steve Austin. He made any great title look good, no matter what belt you put on him. Booker T. Wally, but he's just a competitor, man. He loved to compete, no matter what match it was, no matter what arena it was, no matter what championship, whatever the case may be. This guy just loved to compete. That's why he is a two-time Hall of Famer and announced on NXT and have his own business wrestling company, Reality of Wrestling. So he's like one of those guys. Sting, Steve Austin, him. They just make anything look good. But that's what I have regarding Booker T. I'm gonna pass the mic to Goodbread regarding Booker T.
That was Booker T treat for his experiment of breaking from his team, and it worked. So they rewarded Booker T with the TV title because they seen he started to gain momentum because the fans on Nitro started to really fuck with him. So
True.
that was on Booker T reward. And like I said, they always give you the filler, and then the United States title came. See, I like Booker T with both of those titles. To tell you the truth, I think those titles make him. Those titles make him. I've never really seen him with the WCW World Title as a champion. Like now, if he'd have won the title in WWE, the WWE title, that's different. I could see him as
Yep.
WWE title champion. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Especially at the time and where it was, that hell yeah, I could see him as the WWE champion. Booker T should have been the first. You know what I mean? He should have been the first. But
Yeah, no doubt about it.
definitely number four. Definitely a good number four. Definitely over the people that he's over, like the six that we just went over. Booker T is better than the six with the TV title.
And I get man, it's true what you saying.
And that is undisputed.
It's undisputed for Booker T being one of the best champions. Now, him being WCW champion, I've always said he was a five-time champ, but I looked up the records. Most of the title reigns were very short. It's very transitional, and it was a desperation move to get WCW ratings up, even though that was unsuccessful as they ended up closing the company. But he was a great world champion when he became King Booker. I'll give him that. And then the one title reign that went over to WWE. Like I
I'm glad
mentioned,
you
this.
said that. I'm
Hmm.
glad you said that because it really was. It really was like a lot that they knew. I need Booker T. We let him win it because we could always take it off of him without a problem. So at that
Hmm.
point in the NWO in the WCW land, it was like who can we use to put it on them, give them, let them celebrate. So the only we can have Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, or Hogan take it right on off of them without a problem. So that was crazy. It had to been a crazy time in WCW back then.
Yeah, it's chaos over there, and then Booker T didn't politic his way into trying to win. Even in '03, when he should have won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 19 against Triple H. As much as I like Triple H, Booker T should have went over. He was red hot at that time.
Yeah, Booker T has a similar career to Sting, another man on on this list. Just didn't politic, did the right thing. The only thing is Booker stayed healthy.
Yeah, and he's still in good shape now at his age. I
Hmm
think he's what? I think he's in his 60s now. He's in his 60s now. He looks good for his age,
hmm
but he's ranked number 4. We are down to 3. We are down to the last 3. We will head over to Toxic Ring Scandal. Before we cross the bridge, I will drop the link in there so you guys can click the link. We head right over there. I just ask you guys to give me about 10-15 minutes to set up, but we'll be ready. It's scheduled for 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll try to start on time, or sometimes I'll start a little early. But I will set up. We'll get that thing going. Talk about the demise of the television championship, how it went straight to trash. But we will go to number 3, the top ranked television champion. And this guy's not been recognized for any championships. Another legend in the business. He'll be recognized for this one. Lord Steven Regal, for guys you don't know, is William Regal. Before he was William Regal, before he was the Intercontinental and European champion in WWE, he was the TV champion in WCW. He had 4 reigns, combined days 557. Noble feuds with Larry Sabisco, Johnny B. Bad, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, and this was a great championship to put on this guy. Great feuds on TV. He was like Steve Austin. He put on great performances on TV, great feuds, and he just got over with that character. But once again, WCW, they dropped the ball just like they always do, and can never get right. Can never get right with with having a talent here. And with that being said, the chances of that company surviving was, so there was no chance that WCW was going to survive if they kept letting talent pass them by and not utilizing them correctly. But I will give the Mike Goodbread regarding with Lord Steven Regal.
WCW definitely dropped the mic, dropped the ball on him. You know what I mean? They dropped the ball on Steven Regal. I always say he should have been a long running United States champion. Because, see, with characters like Laura Steven Regal, they kind of put themselves in the box. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because they're all kind of they're all like TV characters. You know what I mean? They're villains, and you can have them. You can give them a run, but so many times before they fall back. But see, with Lord Steven Regal, he was so good. You could have had him dominate the United States Championship scene, and then you get your great good guy, you all American good guy to try to take him down and chase him, and it just makes for great TV. But Steven Regal definitely was a great TV champion.
No doubt about it. Didn't get his due, but he at least he got that. Like I said, I like William Regal, Lord Steven Regal. I like his accent. He always say Triple H, Triple H. The way he says it's so funny. But we are down to 2. And then there were 2. So number 2 for top ranked television champions, I have Tully Blanchard. And Tully Blanchard had 3 reigns as champion, combined day 685, second most in history. No reviews with Dusty Rhodes and Ricky Steamboat. Now, Tully Blanchard, he is a member of the legendary Four Horsemen, along with Arn Anderson and Ric Flair, Ole. But other than Arn Anderson, he was pretty much one of the top guys to ever hold this belt. He made this television championship what it was, made it important, made it a great title to see on TV every week, whether it's a a regular singles match, or any type of match regarding the TV title. He makes this very very important. It was the next in line after the U.S. and the world title. So sometimes even more important than the U.S. title. As you can see, the legends names I had that held the championship, he was definitely one of the top guys. He has a daughter named Tessa Blanchard. She's in wrestling business. She was a former Impact men's champion, the first woman to ever hold a men's championship, but she is blackballed from the industry regarding her whole scandals that she was involved in. But that's another story. That's who Tully Blanchard is, one of four horsemen and the second best TV champion. And I know Goodbread know more about this, so pass the mic along to him.
Definitely want to give an honorable mention to Dusty Rhodes because pretty much Dusty and Telly, they chased each other back and forth, up and down on TV. And keep in mind, guys, remember back in the beginning, KDH told y'all this title has different names. This is in the days of territory. So this was the world's heavyweight title on some shows. Because remember how TV tapings was. Remember it was no live shows like how y'all get on Monday and on Thursday, on Fridays. There was no live shows. It was tapings because the world's heavyweight champion was in territories. He was touring. He was touring. You know what I mean? So Teddy Blanchard had that title as if that was the NWA TV World's Heavyweight TV Championship, and he fought with it, man. He fought with it. Him and Dusty.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Um, and also, I want to mention, as you see at the bottom, if I did mention earlier, championship, like Goodbread said, different variations. As I stated earlier, it ran from 1974 to 2000. It was recently reintroduced in 2019 as a part of NWA. I will show that right now, and I even will honor Dusty Rose as well. Give me a quick second. I will do that. I want to highlight that as well. So, me 1 second. I will do that 1 second to highlight that because I think he deserves his respect. As you can see here, this is Dusty Rhodes. This is a picture of him with the TV title. He won it. He defeated Art Anderson. That was one of his top feuds. So he was definitely TV champion. Also, it says here he was a three-time NWA champion, but he also was a TV champ. Now he didn't. I think he held on to it maybe a few times, but that's pitching with that belt. Like I said, he was more known for the United States and the NWA title, but he definitely was a great NWA champion. I mean TV champion. So him and RS had a great feud regarding this belt. And as Goodrich stated earlier, it's different variations. And he defeated him in Columbia, South Carolina. Just a heads up for that. But that was a quick recognition of Dusty Rhodes. Also, I'll mention right here of the 2019 version. It was reintroduced. And it's Now, if you can see in this image here, this is, of course, Wade Barrett. They're reintroducing the NWA title. And it happened in 2019. And it was a January 24 pay per view. And it's called the NWA World Television Championship. So that's the name of the championship. The first champion, I believe, was of this particular version was Ricky Starks. He was the champ of the brand new one. I believe he's the picture of him with the belt. This is him right here. He's currently in AEW. If you follow AEW, before that, he was the first, as you can see, former NWA television champion, free agent, and that's when he made the move to AEW. So that is the history of the current NWA World Title, TV title. It is exists today, but it's on NWA only, not exclusive to any other brand. Only that one. But also we're gonna mention number one, and you guys know how I do number one. Go do a special countdown. Double A, Arn Anderson, 4 reigns, combined days 877, most in history. Noble feuds, Manny Fernandez, Alex Wright, and many others. He has so many feuds. It would have filled up this whole page. But Arn Anderson is the TV title. When everyone talk about how Ric Flair was the world's champion, over there with the Four Horsemen. Of course, you had the other guys' tag team belts. Arn Anderson was the main TV champ. He was the TV champ what Ric Flair was to the world title. He held that was his belt, just like it was Ric Flair's NWA World Belt. So he made that belt famous, and he let it shine. He let it shine like no other. As you see, I have him on the cover of the thumbnail. He's the guy with the championship. He's the guy I only think about when I think about TV title. He's the guy. There's no other way of putting it. Arn Anderson is the TV championship. TV championship wouldn't have the recognition today if it weren't for Arn Anderson. You know, I gotta give him his due. He really is that damn
Because
good.
I am that damn good.
And if you want to beat the guy with the television championship, you have to be Arn Anderson.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
So that was it. Good bread. I pass the mic along to you regarding Arn Anderson.
What more can I say? That title belongs to Arn Anderson. You gotta pry it from his fingers, as he would say. You would have to pry that title from his fingers. A little history on the Four Horsemen. It was actually Arn Anderson who put up the four sign, and everybody ran with it. And from that show on, everybody started putting up the four sign. Telly Blanchard might have brought all of the Four Horsemen together, but Arn Anderson threw that four signs up. Ric Flair had very little to do with the Four Horsemen, bringing the Four Horsemen together. He just was the world's champion. Arn Anderson was the television champion, and Telly Blanchard was the United States champion. So since they were always champions, they had to do the promos together. And being that they was there, on threw the four fingers up for Ole, on Telly, and Ric Flair, and that was it. That was history. Four Horsemen was born.
And I'm awesome!
Okay, well, this is the ending of the top rate television champions. Now, what I'm going to do momentarily, I will drop the link to Toxic Ring Scandal. Again, it's 8:02 now. It's supposed to start at 8:15. I'm going to set up there, get everything going, and we will talk about the demise of television championship. I will give you guys a chance to click the link over there. I'm not going to try to rush you guys as because we got to cross that bridge. It's going to take a little walk there, but I'm going to do that right now momentarily. Give me a chance. I will set up the link. I'll let it sit for a few couple minutes, and then we're going to end the stream. Then I'll set up on Toxic Rain, maybe 8:15, maybe a few minutes later, 5-10 minutes later, but it should be no later than 8:30. But if not, between 8:15 8:30 range, just to give you guys a heads up. But I'm going to do a little some music there, make it mellow. Then I'll get that link ready. Okay. The link has been dropped. If anyone has an issue with the link, let me know in advance. I believe the link should be working fine. You guys head right over there. I'll get everything set up, get everything going. We'll discuss the demise of the television championship. Once again, anybody got an issue with the link, let me know right now. Get that rectified. We'll be ready to go. Cross the bridge, take that little walk. Make sure you get your walking shoes on, your Nikes, your Adidas, whatever you guys wear. We should be ready to go. But other than that, that will be the closing. It will be OUT for now. The world champs got to head out. He will be back though.
World Heavyweight Champion!
All right. At the end of this video, there'll be two videos pop up of random red carpet ring content. You guys click the link, check it out. Whether you're watching live or on the playback, or only on YouTube, not on Rumble, but if you're on YouTube, there'll be two videos pop up, random red carpet ring content. Check it out, like and subscribe. we will head over to Toxic Rain, cross that bridge. Bye. OUT for now.